Welcome to Nerds, Geeks, in the Kitchen Sink. It's the podcast that's like hanging out at the video store. I'm one of your hosts, DK.
I'm Chris, your other host.
Improve if you feel
You
like it.
feel
Now
there you
that's
go.
solid. We did it.
I know we
That
did
is
it.
solid.
No
All right.
interruptions.
No. I like it. Felt good.
Yeah,
Hey. Well, so we're a little behind this week, but there was Father's Day and some stuff going on this
right.
weekend. Um, Chris, it's great to see you. What is
Good to
going
see you too.
on? Let's talk about it. It's time for nerd stuff.
It is time for nerd stuff.
You been watching anything, reading anything?
Uh, my Isabella is doing the Montgomery County Fair thing,
Oh yeah.
and we've been kind of all embroiled in running her everywhere, or
I bought
having to
some
go pay
raffle
for
tickets.
dresses, or so. I haven't had a chance to watch too much.
I gotcha.
But
All right.
I did go see How to Train Your Dragon.
How to T your D.
Pretty much a frame for frame adaptation of the animated one.
Would you say you said kind of a similar thing about the Lilo and Stitch, right? Now those
Right,
one's DreamWorks and one's Disney, right?
right.
But still, I mean, maybe that's just the way you do it.
And I would say this is probably some of the best CGI that I've seen in a long time.
Now I was poking around on IMDb.
Okay,
Is that young man in it the kid from Black Phone?
I think that
I
is.
think it is. I think he's the same guy. We might be
Yeah,
talking about Black Phone later.
right, right.
We might be.
We might
Hey,
be.
I'm going to say this right off the top.
Go for it.
Why don't you come into our Discord server? There's a link down there at the bottom. Instead of saying it at the end like we always say it, we should say it
Right.
now. Get into the Discord, say hi to us. Give us
Yep.
some feedback, baby. Get in on the conversation. We have
Right.
fun conversations in there all the time. So,
I mean, we've got a lot coming up. Next month is our birthday month.
yeah,
5 years. 5 freaking years.
it's crazy. hmm
We're slowly entering 100 episodes on YouTube.
I think I read like most podcasts don't make it past like 10 or 15, 20 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
So we blew that shit out of the water. That doesn't mean it's good, but we're doing
No,
it.
but hey, it's fun and
You can't say we didn't do it because we did it. So you haven't seen read anything? Well, I have.
okay.
I have been keeping up with the absolute Batman, absolute Superman, absolute Wonder Woman. And I got to say the Wonder Woman has slightly dipped because we're into a new arc,
Okay.
but the Batman and the Superman just like leveled up.
Really?
And
Because it was
Batman,
the opposite way around.
I know. I know. It's funny because they went kind of out of their way to be different, but now they're getting into familiar territory, and then all of a sudden it's feeling good.
Okay.
Um, and this is not a spoiler, but I mean it's on the cover of the issue, so sorry if you didn't want to know, but Absolute Batman is now facing off against Bane,
Oh, nice.
and it is the Bane you want. Super smart, amazing, like fighter. He's jacked out of
Right.
his mind, of course. He's bringing down governments and taking names.
Okay.
Um, there's an interesting subplot going on. Uh, well, and the last couple of issues as well were like he was fighting Mr. Freeze. Very
Okay.
cool stuff. Um, and it's funny because a lot of the characters have been sort of reimaginings, but this Bane is just like, hey, what if we did a really good Bane? So far, he hasn't been really different to me.
It's
I
kind of
haven't
like,
noticed.
let's do the vein like we initially intended him, not how he spiraled off.
Yeah, it's pretty
Hashtag
cool.
fuck off Tom King. What,
uh
did I say that out loud?
you
I'm
did, you
sorry.
did.
Yeah.
So, but there was some there in both of the issues, there were like little moments of like superhero badassery that I thought were pretty awesome. So I'll just cover those really quick.
Okay.
In the Superman, there's a moment where like his so in the new ones, his cape is sort of like this nano computer life form thing,
Okay.
and it can hold energy. It can store the sunlight and all that and
Right.
give him the energy. And so
Yeah.
basically, he's going up against this brainiac infused peacekeeper guy. who's an
Oh,
interesting new enemy. I like him. He's pretty
okay.
cool. He's essentially think like Judge Dredd. Like I will have peace, and I don't care how many people I have to kill to
So he's
have
like
this
Judge
peace.
Dredd hopped up on
A
steroids.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
But he's also hopped up on Brainiac. He's
Well,
jacked in, right?
that's the steroids. Yeah.
Yeah, and he has a cool suit, and it looks like something from. I mean, whatever. It looks like Brainiac or whatever,
Right.
but it looks kind of like an Iron Man suit or whatever. But he's purple and green or whatever. Anyway,
Right.
he's a cool villain,
Okay.
and there's a scene when they basically Superman is shot with a kryptonite bullet because of course he is. That's
I
standard.
mean,
You gotta have it. And so basically his suit kind of detects this and goes, "Hey, you could die. Like this guy could kill you. So what we need to do is go ahead and just go ahead and tap into those energy reserves, and I'm just going to open them all up." And so Superman becomes a god for a minute, and there's like a flash, and like then the guy is on the
okay.
ground, and Superman goes something to the effect of, "I just punched you over 300 times in 30 seconds. Maybe you should fucking sit down." I mean, basically something along those
So it's
lines.
like what we really wanted to see from that like all-star Superman when he flew into the sun kind of thing.
Yeah, he basically says like, maybe it's time to stop fighting because I'm going to destroy you. It was really cool.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then similarly in the Batman, so Alfred is not a family butler in this. He's like an operative working for a shadowy organization that like,
Right.
is monitoring things around the world. And so he's called away from Gotham for a while. And when he leaves, he says, "Hey, Bruce, don't do any Batman while I'm gone. Just like lay low. Things have been crazy. You almost died from Mr. Freeze. Like, let's just chill." And when he gets back, there's like a little montage of like, well, basically he did the opposite of what I told him to do. It's like a reverse crime spree. It's like
Okay.
it's like a anti-crime spree, I guess.
Gotcha.
And there's like a little montage of it, and it's like you see this like news report where it's basically like the Batman sent so many criminals to the hospital that we ran out of ambulances. And then we had to start using Ubers, and we ran out of those because he's kicking the shit out of so many bad guys.
That's funny.
I like those. Those little moments are fun.
Yeah, those do sound like fun.
So, and
And I'm glad those have gone more, gotten more interesting. Because I know they were kind of the first few issues I know were a little more stale than even what Wonder Woman was.
Wonder
And
Woman was the standout, and
yeah,
I have faith that's going to come back and be good again. But those
right.
just the last two, it's like I'm sure they're just setting something up that I'm not fully whatever
Aware of.
aware
Yeah.
of yet. Yeah, so I'm sure something cool is coming. But um, yeah, so those have been really fun. Those issues were really good, and yeah, so I'm definitely recommending those to people. If you're not sure, pick up the last couple, pick up the Mr. Freeze ones, and then go from there in the Batman. But I would recommend the whole thing for sure. So those were pretty good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um, as far as other things that I've watched, well, obviously Ballerina, which is going to be our main discussion
Right.
today. We won't discuss that now. Um, I watched the 5DR, the Red Baron thing. I forget what it's even called, Revenge of the Red
Okay.
Baron or something. It's a movie that will infect you. It's like the movie itself is a virus.
Is it
And
like gonorrhea or yeah?
pretty much, yeah. Yeah. And I've been wanting to speak like the Red Baron from the movie. And this is not going to make any sense to anyone
Okay.
except the people who have seen that movie. And don't watch it, by the way, but it's noteworthy because it has young Tobey Maguire.
Oh, gee.
It's like not that long before Spider-Man.
Oh,
And he's just like being a young shithead who no one believes him
okay.
that this doll has come to life. And it's flying a little World War II plane around. Sorry, World War One, I guess.
Yeah.
He's flying a little plane around, killing people. It's a bad movie. So anyway, don't watch it. Not a recommendation, although fun.
Okay.
I did enjoy it, but don't watch it. It's just like my wife keeps bringing it up. Like she heard the weed eater, and she's like, "Now is that the neighbor cutting the grass, or is that the Red Baron? Do I need to? What are we doing?" Anyway, forget that.
Okay.
What I would like to do is we have a bunch of trailers to
Okay.
discuss and to react to. So I'd like to get going on those.
Okay,
Now,
there is just a couple of things that I was gonna,
oh, well, go
we've
ahead.
got, we have a synopsis of, because we've got Ironheart coming out, actually next week. I mean, we're all so excited over this that, you know, 6 episodes and three of them come out the first day.
Hmm.
This just everything that I've seen, and I've heard from some people that are actually insiders and working for Marvel, and this is probably the worst thing Marvel has ever done.
That hurts.
They just want to get it out there.
It cannot be worse than the Secret Invasion or whatever the hell that was called.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is.
Yikes.
We're getting supposedly getting Mephisto in Ironheart.
Look, I do want to see Mephisto. I do want Mephisto to be a thing. Strange that Ironheart is the way in, but okay. I mean, I was
I
hoping for something with magic or I don't know,
or a Ghost
fucking Ghost
Rider
Rider. Yeah,
or Moon Knight, which would
sure,
make
sure,
a hell of a
sure.
lot more sense.
Since we already
Or
have a pretty decent Moon Knight going
I
on,
was gonna say, yeah, but for it
nope.
to, I mean, even I mean, I could have even seen him in the last Spider-Man movie
Yeah, I
because
could
that
see.
is a thing in the comics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see that too.
But no, we
No.
get it in fucking Ironheart.
Well, look, we'll maybe watch it, but we'll report. We'll report.
Right, right. So that comes out next week. We did get a synopsis for Vision Quest.
Tell me about it.
Basically it revolves around the White Vision traveling to Madripoor
Oh, so is he going to meet Wolverine?
to like reclaim his memories, and
Is Patch going to be there?
I don't know. I mean, it's not until next year.
Blade? How about
So,
Blade, man?
so I mean, there's a ton of people that could come out of
Blade could definitely
Madripoor.
be there.
Psylocke,
Oh,
Agent
if we
13.
don't get Psylocke, they're doing something wrong.
Um,
Psylocke
but
could be her own badass show, like in the vein
I
of
know.
Daredevil. Like, think
Or
about that.
think of a Psylocke as like a was it La Femme Nikita show?
That's what I'm saying. In
Yeah,
the vein of like the action and the adultness of the
that's what I'm saying.
Daredevil,
Like that in Femme Nikita.
there's a call for this. Make this happen.
But the scuttlebutt is that Ultron is returning,
I've heard that.
so we'll see on that one. And then a little news with the talking about movies with DC is James Gunn had a Rolling Stone interview saying that there was a movie that there was a partial script made that they wanted to try to expedite it, and he shut it down because the script was not complete, which is in direct opposition to everything that MCU has been doing for the last few years.
What's the script?
He didn't say it yet.
Oh, okay. I did read also something about he might do Batman next.
Yes.
Okay.
Batman and Wonder Woman. He wants to do,
His
as
own
him
Justice League.
developing the Trinity, yeah, first.
It's interesting. I guess I'd like to see his take on Batman. I wonder what that would be like. What would the angle be
Well,
like?
it's brave and the bold, and he's already said that that's the angle.
Okay, not my
And
favorite, but
and they are finalizing the scripts as we
with
speak.
that, you do get more colorful characters, and I
Hmm.
understand why James Gunn would go that way. And maybe for him this makes sense because we haven't really seen that so much in the live action. Like maybe that is an unexplored way you can go with Batman.
Right,
That would work for his because James Gunn makes movies with bands of misfits and weirdos that have to come
right.
together. So it doesn't make sense.
We already have, Supergirl is almost done. I think practical photography. I think it's pretty much
Who's
almost completely done yet.
who's directing that? Pardon me.
I forgot to look. Someone that's semi-known, well known.
If you don't know, it's no big deal.
Well, it'll take a
I
second.
can Google it with my voice.
Well, oh, well.
Who's directing the upcoming Supergirl movie? Supergirl World of Tomorrow, directed by Craig Gillespie. Um, yeah, he's directed some real movies for
Yeah.
sure. He directed the 2011 Fright Night,
Okay.
which I don't really like, to be honest with you, but whatever. He did Cruella, I, Tonya, Lars and the Real Girl, Million Dollar Arm,
Okay.
Mr. Woodcock.
Well, I kind of get where they're going with this because the whole thing of crypto is her dog.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
the in Superman, crypto is her dog.
That would make sense.
I mean, my only concern is this is coming from the Tom King graphic novel with Supergirl,
Yeah,
and you know my disdain for him.
I get it.
But they're finishing filming of Lanterns,
Hmm. That's a
so
show, right?
that will be a show. That's Kyle Chandler and I forgot who's playing John Stewart, but so it's almost 48 hours kind of galactic buddy cop kind of thing.
Could be fun. And with James Gunn in charge, maybe things will
Mm,
be okay.
right,
Things will be at least like, hey, if you weren't sure, like this is really what the comics are actually kind of like. You know what I
right.
mean? It's not
Well,
going to be some weird, you know,
you know what? And everything we've honestly seen, yes, there's a couple of goofy things, but for the most part, the tone of this new Superman
feels like,
is exactly what I've been wanting. The Christopher Reeve,
mhm,
hopeful, bright colors,
sure,
not downing, in the dumps.
sure.
I'll let my dad, basically kill himself in a tornado.
Like
Come at me,
when
Snyder.
you
Come
say it
at
like
me,
that, it's
Snyder.
insane. But like, I remember that part of the movie being like, yes, oh, I did like Man of Steel when it was new. And
I mean, Man of
I still
Steel
think
was
it's fun.
okay.
I still think it's
It's
pretty good,
fine,
actually.
but I had some issues. And the one thing that everybody threw a fit on that I never really had an issue with was him snapping Zod's neck
Hmm.
in that moment.
Sure. Well, it's a thing that he would have, supposedly have to deal with over the next movies that he had, but he just never really had to do that.
I
So,
know.
yeah. All right. Anything else news-wise?
No, that's pretty much it. Not a lot going on. We've got the huge, set of movies coming out that Megan is coming out next week.
My daughter
That
is hyped, and I look forward to it.
it looks fun. I mean, I don't care
Yeah.
if it's a great movie or not. The first one was fun. The second
Yeah.
one looks just over the top fun.
Some of the effects look stupid as hell. Like, I don't even care. It looks like they Terminator 2'd, as everyone is saying, they Terminator 2'd it,
Right.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna have a
then the week after that starts the July cavalcade of movies with Jurassic World.
Yep, yep. So on your screen now is this I don't know what this is. I haven't watched it, but
Okay.
this is the official Fantastic Four First Steps Herbie teaser trailer. So why don't we watch this?
Okay. Go for it.
The Fantastic Four. Their amazing powers help keep our world safe. But like any modern family, they sometimes need a helping hand. Meet Herbie, the state-of-the-art personal assistant that
Oh,
does
Herbie, I love you.
everything without a single complaint. And when trouble appears,
Oh, is it okay? Never mind.
he's a valuable member of the team.
Franklin.
Herbie and Franklin hanging out. I do love that, and I love the choice of the blue shag.
Right.
That's
I
very
mean, it's
good.
very sexy.
Looks like a
Yeah.
delicious meal is on the menu for tonight.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? That is fantastic. Is this guy good?
So bring Herbie into your home today
Hello, Herbie.
and live a better life tomorrow. Ask your Herbie to get tickets now to see Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four in theaters July 25th.
Thanks, Herbie. All right, so
You
not really
know,
much there.
in all honesty, that like what would you call it? Infomercial for a Herbie?
It's just like a
It's
classic.
been better than anything I've seen so far on the
It's
Fantastic
just like a
Four
60s
trailers. I
advertisement.
know.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Fine. I'm already gonna go. So,
right.
fine. Great. I don't have a lot extra to say about that other than
No.
Herbie is cute. I'm a fan. Okay. I thought there'd be more to that. I apologize. So,
Oh, that's all right.
up next, I think we should go ahead and cover this Naked Gun full
Okay.
trailer. Now, I'm not going to hide my misgivings about this movie. I'm just going to tell you that Naked Gun is a sacred film for me.
Okay.
It is an untouchable masterpiece. Leslie Nielsen is never to be replaced. It's impossible. It's impossible to have a bad day when Naked Gun is on the TV. So that's all I'm
Right.
saying. So I'm not a big Seth MacFarlane guy,
Yeah.
and I worry that this might be too Family Guy.
Okay.
That being said, I haven't looked at this trailer, so let's take a look and we
Now, I
will.
will say the only other thing is this is not remaking anything.
Right.
This
This is
is
its own thing.
this is a legacy of Naked Gun.
Right. And I
And
did see
I
the
guess that's kind
teaser.
of the best way to, yeah.
I did see the teaser where you see him looking at
And,
the
and I
photo.
and I know a lot of people are with the whole Liam Neeson thing. If you really know movies, you know the fact that, you know, Mr. Original, the OG, Frank Drummond, was originally a dramatic actor beforehand.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the same
So,
applies. So it does make sense for it to be Liam Neeson, but
right.
my question is, does he have the comedy in him?
Hmm.
I don't know. I think he's funny as hell in like Darkman, but not on
Right.
purpose. He's not, I don't know. It's
Well,
just his
and then
weird
wasn't
performance.
he in that comedy western from Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah, but wasn't he sort of a straight man style villain?
Kinda.
He was just like
But
a
I mean, let's be
cartoonish
honest,
villain.
that's Frank Drummond, a straight man, cop.
Right, and that's true. He plays it so straight that it's hilarious. I mean, that's the whole
Right,
joke, right?
right.
Okay, well, let's take a look at this and
Okay.
we'll make our own decisions. I'm interested to see Pamela Anderson showing up here. That's fun. Okay.
Thanks. Once you
Right.
kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head saying over and over, "That was awesome."
So he's beating a guy with his own prosthetic arms. Funny though, because it just makes me think of
The Fugitive.
there's the Leslie Nielsen wrongfully accused.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what the Fugitive. Yeah.
I know, but
That's
that's what I'm saying. But
right.
there's Leslie Nielsen again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Interesting.
Who are you?
Of course, the nut shot.
Detective
Yeah.
Frank Drebin. Thanks.
So the gag is that he's driving and someone hands him a coffee as he's driving.
Right.
It's not very.
But it's kind
not
of
very
out of
clear.
context. I know
Yeah.
it. That shot's kind of out
Hang
of
on, I will go back
context.
because
So
it's almost like you almost can't even tell is he driving or not.
Detective
in the first one,
Frank
because you
Drebin.
can see cars passing.
Thanks.
Watch.
Yeah, there's not that much going on there.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't. It almost
Like
doesn't
I said,
land.
that whole thing is out of context. So maybe that's just a bad trailer edit.
I hope so, because like that didn't that you know
Right.
that visual gag did not do anything for me.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just pulling up the IMDb as we talk about this here. Oh, okay. Okay. And that makes sense. Okay.
Police squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
Yeah. That's the bit that I think everyone is saying, like, well, that worked. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. And I get it. All right, we're carrying on the tradition of Frank running everything over.
Right.
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
I need a bathroom. I need this room immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business.
So he's shitting himself and then
Yeah.
shooting his way into a bathroom. Okay.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna ruin another suit.
I don't
Over here,
know.
Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
All right. Please take a chair, and then she just drags a chair out of the room.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
first
what-
one. For some
yeah,
reason,
they
that
can-
was. I think it's Pamela Anderson's delivery there, though. Her
Right.
like she's just
Right.
the way she's walking away. All right.
I'll find them. This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter.
You mean manslaughter?
Must have been quite the joke.
Okay.
They're going to shut down Police Squad if you do not stop.
All right. They're putting a Spirit of Halloween in Police Squad. But doesn't that seem like the wrong kind of joke? Like that seems like that's a joke everyone's making now. Like every night on nighttime talk shows or whatever. Like, oh, they're going to put a Spirit of Halloween in. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too hard on this because I want to be.
Right.
Solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect.
Why? Who's gonna arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
Seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought.
Oh, Danny Houston?
Yeah.
All right. I don't mind him.
I want you to keep an eye on him.
Hello.
This oven is disgusting.
I know that's not like a unique joke. I just think like Austin Powers, the silhouette.
Well, they've done
sex
that.
den.
That was in Naked Gun. What was it? 2.5?
Yeah, maybe so. You might be right.
Because isn't that the one with Priscilla Presley came back, and it was something in another one like in the tent or something like that, like
I don't really
Austin
remember.
Powers.
I remember
Yeah.
the full body condom,
Well, that too.
and I
yeah.
remember him saying "nice beaver." Thanks, I just had it stuffed.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with Police Squad.
We've upgraded your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet.
Yep.
Very smooth.
Oh!
You guys are
place is
the Hannibal Lecter escapes. Okay. I like Akiva Schaffer. That's hopeful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's hope they're just not showing all the quote unquote best jokes.
I'm on the fence, I have to say. It's too bad. I'm on the fence. I want to just be hyped out of my mind for this. but
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, it's when something is one of your favorite things, it's hard to, completely with an absolute new reboot. It's hard to. I'm not saying I'm not on the fence either. I mean, it could go horribly, horribly wrong, or just
Maybe it'll win me
horribly,
over.
horribly right.
I would love to just have a blast. Because when's the
Yeah.
last time you went to a comedy at the movies? I think maybe we've talked about this recently, but like I think for me it was that movie Game Night. Like
Oh, yeah.
that's the last comedy I can remember seeing
Right.
and enjoying anyway. But it might have been the last one I actually saw as well. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe that's just something when you get older and I don't know. I'm harder to please with comedies, I guess. All right, moving on. Now, this is something
Okay.
that I'm definitely excited about. And we're going to go right to it. This is the Black Phone 2 trailer. You said you'd not seen this trailer.
No,
right?
I've only seen the teaser, which was like 20, 30 seconds long. So I have not
Okay.
seen the full trailer of this.
All right. Then let's check it out.
Okay.
Of course, my dog is barking now. Do I detect Alice in Chains? Oh, that's an interesting shot.
Yeah. It is Hiccup.
Yep. Now I have to say, I watched Black Phone 1 like last week.
Yeah.
So I have a theory as to the three boys
Okay.
already. Do you want me to give this theory or is this
Go for it. Go for it. No, no. I mean, it's
okay?
until it's proven one way or the other.
That's
This is
true. That's true.
strictly
I know
theory.
nothing.
So,
I know absolutely
yeah.
nothing. And I have not Googled this whatsoever. I'm just having this
Right.
thought.
Right. Right.
In the first movie, it's it's the grabber with his brother who's staying with him.
Uh-huh.
His brother is killed and he is killed, but we don't know that there's not a third brother.
Right.
So my thoughts are these three boys, these are older photographs.
Right.
I wonder if these are supposed to be the three grabber boys.
I mean, by the pictures, with this movie being set in like the 80s, 90s,
I think the original was the 70s, and this is probably
right,
what? I don't know how long.
early 80s, maybe. Just by the kid's dress, his clothes kind of looked
Mhm.
early 80s.
But these photos look older than that to me.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying that if this was the grabber,
You think it would make sense that these would
it would
be
make sense that these would be there.
school photos or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a bad dream.
And those are the same two from the original, which is cool. They didn't recast anybody.
Right.
It's very dreamlike and strange.
This almost gives me like, why am I drawing a complete blank? Horror game.
PT? Well, with the
Um,
door and the phone and stuff.
well, the
PT.
way the walls, no, the way the walls and
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill, yeah.
Interesting.
Just the way it was all like the shaky cam and then on her and showing the room and like the rust on the walls kind of
Right. And
gave
this
me
old
those.
school footage too, kind of it's funny because it
Right.
kind of reminds me of Sinister,
A little
which
bit.
is another Ethan Hawke movie.
Right.
Oh, that's weird. I like that.
Yeah.
Hello, Finney.
That's cool as hell.
October.
Did you think our story was over? You're dead. You, of all people,
Hello.
know that dead is just a word.
Is he ice skating?
With an axe.
Is she?
That's great.
Ooh, damn.
Wait, hold on. This up and down in the bed, it's all very like
Freddy?
very Freddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The spinning around in the blood.
Yeah.
Vengeance is mine.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh. This took a definite turn from the first one.
Very well. I mean, okay. My first reaction is like, why would they do Freddy Krueger? But I'm actually thinking about it, and the first one had ghosts in it.
Yeah.
So why couldn't he come back as a vengeful spirit?
Right. Right.
Because he's kind of taken down by ghosts in the original one.
Right.
And if you're thinking about it that way, the first movie is like kind of an amazing Freddy Krueger style origin for like
Yeah,
a cool villain.
yeah.
This could really go.
I was just saying, if that concept, if they can make it
We could
pay
be wrong.
off,
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we'll see closer to the time of when it comes out. But I mean, if they can pull off that kind of, story, then hell yeah, I'm all for having a new continuous,
Oh wait, I'm just putting this
let's
together.
get a legacy.
I'm just putting this together. In the first movie, his sister's like always like the whole thing is she sees stuff in dreams.
Yeah,
Oh my God, were they doing this the whole time? Was the first one always like a Freddy Krueger prequel?
origin, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. But
I
like I
think I
said,
just blew my own mind.
if they can pull off the story in this second one with making him that kind of otherworldly,
Yeah, that's really
bad
fun.
guy, it can really, take off.
Well, and I have to say that I liked it the first time I saw it, but I think this time I watched it, I really liked it. I think it moved up to at least a 4, maybe 4.5 stars. Like I really liked it. So um,
Well,
yeah,
we'll
I
see in October.
high hopes for that. That's pretty
Yep.
awesome. Okay, well, we got one more trailer to watch, and I
Okay.
hope this is not annoying for people, but these are things that I wanted to discuss, and
Right.
we're gonna do it.
Yeah. We're gonna have a hell of a lot to discuss coming through in July, so
Absolutely. All right, last trailer here, and I think this is pretty important. Now, this trailer I have seen,
okay.
but you haven't.
I have not at all.
This is the 007 First Light trailer for the
Okay.
new James Bond game from the makers of Hitman, which is a very interesting prospect.
Right. So we'll
So
see.
now, and I did watch this on my phone, so maybe seeing it this time,
Might
I'll
have
see
a
some
different
things I didn't
opinion.
notice.
Yeah.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain.
Okay.
He was 11 years old.
He then
Playing into his
started
backstory.
a grand tour
Yeah.
of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way.
This dialogue feels like they're really trying for the Daniel Craig Bond dialogue.
Kinda, yeah.
It's a
Now,
little forced, but I get it. I get what they're doing. It does
Right.
feel Bondian.
Is that the guy that was in The Walking Dead?
I haven't seen it, The Walking Dead, beyond like the first couple episodes, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, it
Is there a
was
British
he
guy
was
in The
in the
Walking Dead?
first. Well, he doesn't speak with a British accent, but he looks like the guy. He was in the first couple of episodes and then comes back later because him and his son find Rick when he wakes up.
I you're basically speaking a different language. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know The Walking Dead really at all.
Okay.
But
then he comes back later as
I guess okay. Rick is the guy on the horse.
Yes,
Doesn't he
Rick
ride a
is
horse?
the main. Rick was the main character. Rick Grimes.
Yeah. What is this called? First James Bond. I'm gonna try to
First
find
Light.
this. First Light. It's not on IMDb. So let me check Walking Dead.
Even the image that they
Do you
use.
happen to know his?
I don't, but I can.
I don't know if this is worth.
If I see it, but
Top cast 99 plus. I'm never gonna find it, and my dogs are freaking out yet again. All right. Well, anyway, we'll find that out, and we'll let you know in the Discord, y'all. All right, moving on.
Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck.
Sounds
We
like James
want
Bond.
Good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's
Whoa,
really quite
Greenway got
simple.
told.
Bond is a bullet without a target.
All right, that's a very Daniel Craig Bond. Bond is a bullet without a target. He's a blunt instrument. Yeah,
Right.
okay. Yeah. I get it. It's clever of them to do that, I think. But what I worry is it's going to feel like a knockoff. It's not going to feel authentic. It's going to feel like we just kind of put it through
Right.
Chat GPT and it made it up.
Let's give him one.
I don't know if Bond should be so
Do you have
young,
an
but okay.
appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
Okay, we get a Q scene. Actually, I want to go back real quick.
Okay.
I was too paying attention. He's got notice the Omega brand is alive and well here. So we've
Right.
got licensed watches. Will we get the Aston Martin?
And you are?
And
Don't
you
think
are.
we've had the
I'm just trying to look for any clues in the background here. I don't see anything crazy.
Mm-mm.
pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of
I wonder if what that car is.
If that's, yeah.
Camera there. Interesting.
ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
Does that mean we'll get to do a motorcycle chase? Because that'd be fun.
So it looks like it.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
Okay, yeah, you can see there where it looks like
Whatever
Hitman.
the end game
Yeah.
is, we won't see it.
I gotta say, like,
Whatever the end.
seeing something like this is it's gorgeous. It looks like a movie. They're at a
I mean,
chess
it's
game.
still it has a lot of that, mid 2000s Hitman
Oh, for
visual,
sure. But I would argue that they're just trying to rip off Bond anyway. So, you know.
Well, I'm saying the graphic wise.
Oh, I'm not worried. I think the graphics are fine. Yeah, they're
No,
not
and
like
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying it definitely has that mid 2010s kind of Hitman
bright.
visual to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Game is, we won't see it coming.
So one of my worries with this was, with it being from the Hitman team, how much action is there going to be? Because yeah, there's action in Hitman, but generally, if you're doing a lot of action in Hitman, you may have made a mistake.
Right.
So, it's interesting that this does look like they're going to give you hopefully some stealth,
Right.
but it seems like action is going to be the way to go. And with Bond, that seems like the right call.
Yeah.
Jet lag gets me every time.
She's not your friend.
One-liners.
She's an
Yeah.
asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with it.
Laser watch.
Okay.
Laser watch.
Does he not sound a little like God, I can't think of anybody's name today. Anakin.
You think he sounds like Hayden Christensen?
Yeah.
Let's hear it again.
Asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Maybe. It's a similar delivery to some of those
Yeah.
kind of stiff Anakin lines.
Yeah.
They're like animals.
Oh, there it is.
Hold on. Way more importantly, this choice of music. Do you know what movie it's from?
Let's Is this Inter Majesty's Secret Service?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's an interesting choice.
I was gonna say, by looking at the car too, I was like, that looks really like. I was thinking that before the music even played when I saw the back end of that car.
It's an interesting choice because that's like not. I love it, and I think hardcore Bond fans know it, but like people who grew up with like GoldenEye,
People always
and,
skip over George.
Yeah,
when it comes to
Lazenby doesn't.
Bonds.
Lazenby does not get
Yeah,
the
no.
love. I mean, I think in the Bond circles, he's appreciated more. But like
Right,
I think your standard Bond fan, somebody who's seen the Craig ones and maybe some of the
right.
I wish Brosnan movies,
Brosnan, yeah.
um, that might be where it stops. So I don't think they would even know that that's Bond music.
And
So
by
that's
the way, her, in Her Majesty's Secret Service, the best Bond girl of all time,
I
hands
don't
down,
disagree with you. She's my
Diana
favorite.
Rigg.
She's
I
my
said what
favorite
I
Bond girl.
said. I don't care what
No,
anybody else
I
says.
think we talked about this on the show like long
I think
ago.
so
I think
too.
we ranked the Bonds, and yeah,
Yeah,
she's my Bond girl, hands down.
yes.
Absolutely.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Oh, I just put that together as well. This is one of the perks of being a Bond freak. This silhouette fight with something pretty happening.
Right behind him
That happens
a lot.
pretty famously in Skyfall.
Right.
I think is he in Japan? It's one of those.
Is that Japan and
It's like a
Skyfall?
big building. I
Or
don't know
is
if
it
it's Japan.
Dubai? Is it Dubai?
I don't know, but it's a big building, and there's a
Okay.
beautiful
The
silhouette
only ones that I
fight.
can remember, it's either Dubai, Singapore, or
Could be Singapore. I don't know.
yeah. I was actually thinking of the Eiffel Tower fight.
For with Roger Moore and
Yeah.
okay. I
I
don't know if it's
mean,
much of a fight.
hmm,
She kills a guy with a fishing pole and a
with a butterfly on
butterfly.
it. Yeah. I
And
was
then
just thinking scenery behind,
I
you know.
guess, I mean, the and then like he drives half a car around France.
Right.
Oh, I love that. Anyway, we can't talk about good Bond right now.
Okay, okay.
How did this is
Tell me,
bad?
what
You
do
know
you
what I'm
do,
saying?
James?
Right.
Headhunting.
Headhunting. Okay. And yet another little thing. Don't they use something like that in
Thunderball?
well, but also what I'm really thinking of is the remake of Thunderball, the non-Eon Productions remake of
Right.
Thunderball, Never Say Never
Never
Again.
again. Yes.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
That's some of his delivery reminds me of Craig, but looking at him, he really looks like a young Sean Connery.
You think he does? Let's
His darker hair and
To me, I think he looks like going for like, what if we could get Tom Holland to be James Bond? That's what he
nah,
looks like to
I
me,
mean,
and I don't want that. But that shot, after you've said that, he does have a bit of a dark, at least in this shot, like it does look
right.
darker. Like,
Well, even the shot before that where we saw him talking to the girl.
let me go back to it because I
Yeah, yeah. Going back just a little bit before that. Right here.
Lately,
I guess you know what, in the eyes a little bit,
And
in the
that
smile.
eyebrow, that kind of sideways smirk in the eyebrow
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he's
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at the
yeah.
woman.
Absolutely. But they should have made him Scottish then,
Yeah, well,
or is that
I
too
get
on the
that.
nose?
I would have been fine with that. I mean, it is the younger version, and
Yeah,
Sean was the first.
sure.
Right there. That shot,
I totally missed it.
right there. Okay, play on.
Yeah, I could see that, and I could see Connery in a polo like that for
He's
sure.
been in ones like that before.
That's kind of what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, which I think that was a glimpse. Sorry, I keep going back, but looks like probably a lair of some kind
Right.
this year,
Some reactor
or
or
some
something.
project that gets taken over by terrorists, and then
Right.
Spectre's going to be. What are the chances of Spectre being involved in this? Do you think? Spectre,
Oh,
pretty
highly
high.
involved.
All
Yeah.
right. I gotta go back. There's just too many things happening very quickly.
Right.
Looks like a dump truck chase. Now, this character, to me, seems like maybe they're going for this is sort of going to be one of their, because one of the things about Bond is you want
The
a good henchman.
henchman.
Yeah, you want a good
Yes.
henchman. This is an interesting take on a masked henchman, and then
Yeah, that Julius Caesar kind of.
Right, but then when you open the so here's my question. When the mask inevitably gets opened, is it that they're an extremely handsome person or is it they're like skull face? Like what is it? Or like they're ugly as
Right.
hell.
Could be like, 006
Sure. Well,
traitor,
yeah,
you
I
know.
think didn't don't they mention that? Okay, gun barrel, the turn around and shoot.
Right.
Yeah, his eyes, like he's got the dark kind of Connery eyes.
Right.
That's all I need to hear, buddy. I get the tinglies.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
You think that was Felix?
Yeah, I think so.
Could
He
be.
looks like a younger. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell
It's
when they're
got to be
completely
Felix.
inverted. I would think it would be, but
Kind of closer
yeah,
to the Felix in Never Say Never Again, actually.
right.
So interesting.
And I mean, that would be a total Sean Connery quip.
Something like that, yeah. And you know
Gil,
what? When you see him here, who does
yeah,
he look like? Just kind of vaguely.
honestly, George, I
Well,
think
I'm thinking of a
Lazenby.
modern actor named Henry
Oh,
Cavill.
oh, yeah, 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 I can see it.
Yeah,
His jaw's not quite as wide, but he's got that
yeah.
squared hero jaw.
It looks like they melded Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill together.
Yeah. I love the fact that they've kept the scar.
Yeah,
That detail.
that's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. Um, and this outfit that he's wearing is absolutely
Right,
what you want to see Bond wearing. I mean, for sure.
right.
Wonderful.
The Gilded Wraith, the
Interesting.
Golden Gun.
Yeah. Man with gameplay reveal this summer. Give it to
Okay.
me. Did we get a release date? There's not a release date.
No, there's not a release date
Of
on it
course
yet.
not. Why would there be? Why would I get some good news? All right, well, we've watched a shit ton of trailers.
Yes.
Um,
And I'm happy for it. I don't care what
yes, yeah.
anybody
I don't
says.
want to apologize,
There was
but
some good stuff in there.
if people don't like that, I'm sorry. We don't do it every time. So I think our main event discussion here, and we can go as long as you want. I don't know how long we need to go because I'm just going to get right into it. Ballerina from
Yes.
the world of John Wick.
Right.
Um, I don't feel the need to go blow by blow through it because look,
No.
this is an action extravaganza, right?
Yeah.
This is a John Wick movie that delivers the Wick. What overall thoughts? Let's just get into it.
Okay. Just kind of the initial overview. I liked it a lot. I know everybody hears me complain about the whole girl boss trope in these movies that, Brie Larson can't do no wrong, beats shit out of everybody, and she's 5'3" and
But she's
100
Captain
pounds soaking
Marvel.
wet. That doesn't give a shit.
Captain Marvel's got so much power, Chris. She's got the energy.
Fuck her.
She's an
Anyway,
intergalactic badass, Chris.
okay, anything else usually where there's like these tropes of a girl boss woman beating the hell out of a guy that's 3 times her size, shit ain't gonna happen. I don't care what you study, shit ain't gonna happen.
All right.
This made it possible because of the way they designed her fights. She is a badass without being a girl boss. I mean, because she uses the things that are available to her. She'll cheat, she'll use her speed, her size, and a shit ton of weapons.
Well, yeah, the movie goes out of its way to be like, you know, they're not going to fight fair, and why would you?
Right,
Change their rules, just make your own
right.
rules. So, in that respect, yeah, it totally works that she is a hardcore killer.
And that's the thing. I don't mind. We've had tons of good women antagonists in stuff. And I even said when we saw John Wick 4, um Sonata's daughter. They did her fighting ability perfect. She wasn't going to overpower that big guy, but she used her skill in a particular way that worked for her,
Mm-hmm.
and she also got her ass a little thrown around,
Well, it's John Wick. I mean, everyone gets the
Right.
shit kicked out
No,
of
I
them.
know. No, I know. But I mean, even though, it's over the top, it's not beyond the realm of possibility of the way they fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ballerina really showed that.
Yeah, so I also really liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. Uh, I had a great time at the movies. There were multiple times when I was just like, I just kind of like looked around and I was like, I'm having a fun time at the movies. I
Yeah,
really enjoy this. This is fun. I don't want it to be over. And then they keep delivering me thing after thing. And what I like is the way the movie is constructed. They give you a solid 40, 60 minutes of here's the John Wick. This
right,
is this is what you would expect from a John Wick. You see the Continental. You
right,
see the way the world works. We've built a little bit more on the world. You see her
right,
backstory. You see all this, and it's nice because it's a jumping off point for her character because you get her complete backstory and all that stuff. So
right.
that's nice. And then once you get her training, and then you get her inner turmoil, and then you get her with her group. What is the group called? The Ruska. Oh God, Ruska Roma.
Yeah, Roscoe Roma
Is that
Ballet.
right? I could have that wrong.
You've got it right.
Um,
From
you
the
see all that,
Ruska Roma.
yeah, and then you get a brief and look. Obviously, we're spoiling things, so if you haven't seen it and you really do
Right.
care,
You
don't
should.
listen to this right now. Go see the movie first. You obviously get your Keanu Reeves cameo.
Fix.
Yep. Well, it's more than a cameo. He's in the movie,
Yeah.
and
But the last third.
well, but he shows up in more of a cameo early,
Right, right.
and he's like the front door or whatever he says.
Yeah.
How do I get out? The front door.
Yeah.
Um, I could watch 90 minutes of Angelica Houston smoking, drinking, and making angry phone calls. Uh, damn it, I love her. I'm a fan for sure. Wow. Oh, so Lance Reddick, a lot
Yes.
of Lance.
His very last.
Is he CG or did they actually film
No,
this?
they filmed it because this has been in the can for a long, like, and they pushed it back because Chad like went back in and some of the things didn't work in his opinion, and they did
Hmm.
some reshoots.
Oh, cool. Well, it worked.
So yeah,
Well, and we should mention that this was directed by Len Wiseman,
right.
who did the Underworld movies.
Hmm.
And I have to say, and here's my little theory.
Okay.
This movie to me felt consistently like a vampire movie. The only thing that it's missing is vampires.
Vampires. The
Sincerely,
shot in the club, definitely with her walking in,
dude,
felt completely like a vampire moment.
the lighting in the beginning of the movie, like they go,
Right.
she's in that secret room, and there's that lighting that's all vivid red lighting, and all the lighting is amazing. I have a list of things. Club scenes reminiscent of Blade.
Right.
Very, very vampire-y. Norman
Right.
Reedus of Blade 2 fame is in the movie.
Right, right.
A decent chunk of this movie takes place in Prague, home
Right.
of the vampires. An even larger chunk of this movie takes place in a remote village run
Right.
by a cult that hunts people like
Yeah,
vampires.
vampires.
A blonde henchman who is 100% a vampire. He has to be. And
Or
finally,
Frankenstein's monster, one of the
something.
two. Yeah.
And finally, it's directed by Len Wiseman, director of Underworld. So, and there's more. I mean, it just has this vibe where I kept going like, "There's gonna be a vampire. There's gonna be a vampire," and there wasn't. And I wish there was. So,
Yeah.
this is my plea: let Len Wiseman make another vampire movie. I don't care what it is. That needs to happen. Or let the John Wick team make a vampire movie. Come on, what
Yeah,
are you afraid
that would
of?
be fun.
What are you scared of?
Let them take
Vampires?
Blaine over. Yeah.
Seriously. Come
No,
on.
but Chad came back in and redid some scenes to make it feel a little more John Wick. So I'm wondering if it didn't lean even further in that underworld you know, kind of feel. So
But
Chad
cut
had
out
to
all the
kind of
white
rein
guys.
it back. Yeah, Chad had to kind of rein that back to make it more, you know, of the fighting style for
My
him.
question, my real the real bizarre thing, and I don't think it's that bizarre, but it just seems like something that fell through the cracks is Norman Reedus is barely in this thing.
Right.
You get they make a big deal about Reedus being there, and he gets a big introduction and all that, and then he's kind of swept away until the end.
Well, I
Is this
think,
to set him up for his own movie or what?
well, no, I think this is to kind of tie her with him and the child because it brings back those memories of her father and her. So he's just kind of that link
That didn't really work for
between
me.
her revenge and her duty.
Yeah, but what about the sister?
I mean
We got
that
that.
right, I know that. But I mean that's not what gets her like completely enveloped in
Well,
this
really,
whole
it's the girl.
situation.
But you didn't
Right.
need to make that character Norman Reedus. You didn't need to make that character set him up like he's going to be a major character, and then he just isn't.
Yeah, I don't know if it even per se, in my opinion, set him up to be a major character.
It sort of feels like he does.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it just depends on where it would go.
Yeah. Maybe it's a sequel thing. I don't know.
Right, right. I know there are a couple more spin-offs coming.
At this point, give them to me.
Kane is coming, which
I'm
I
sorry, I
can't.
was yawning.
Kane,
Kane. Should I
yes.
should I remember a
Donnie,
character?
yeah.
Oh, is from four?
Yes.
Okay, yes, sorry,
Donnie
yeah.
Yoon,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes. He is coming, his movie. And
Isn't
then,
wasn't he in Blade 2?
yes. So connection.
Or am I
And
wrong?
then,
Was that him?
no, yeah, it was him. It was
Okay,
Donnie
all
Yoon.
right, all right.
And then I don't know if you remember from For the Tracker.
Oh, for sure I do. Yeah, he was a cool character.
That
Yeah,
yes, he was a cool character. So they're setting up for a possibility of his story being told as well.
fine.
And I love the fact in this one, it didn't it set it in the world of John Wick and gave it a believable like reason
Sure.
for John to be there. And then it was kind of set smack dab in the middle of a world, not like a prequel or sequel.
Yeah. It has a real reason to exist. It's not just like
Right.
how can we squeeze more out of this franchise? And maybe that is a result of the reshoots making it fit better. I'm not sure,
Right.
but for sure it worked for me, buddy.
Now, and I like the fact that when John came on the scene, no matter how much of a badass she was, John wasn't having any of it.
Well, it wouldn't make sense any other way since
No, I know
he's
that.
the guy in that universe.
But I meant it was so
He's the man.
there was, zero chance. In his movies, he goes toe to toe with a lot of people and takes his licks as much as he gives. But in this one, it just kind of showed how I guess you would consider OP'd
He's untouchable in this movie.
John is. Yeah.
I mean, there's that one line when you hear the guy go, "This is suicide," and then the lady's like, "He's just one guy," and then they die 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say and what's her name? Ana de Armas?
Ana de Armas, yeah.
I don't know her from anything else, I don't think, but
She was in Bond, the last Bond.
are you
She was
serious?
yeah, she was the Colombian in the bar with the black
Wait,
dress.
that was her?
That was her.
I don't reckon wasn't she blonde?
No,
Wow, I feel stupid
Not the love
because she was
interest.
wonderful in that movie.
Yeah, not the love interest. The spy in the
No,
bar
the
with
cool one,
him.
who it was like
Yeah.
they worked so well
Dream.
together, and then
Yes.
at the end they're just like, okay, I hope I see you again soon.
Right.
That was awesome. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No Time to Die, huh?
Yes.
Well, I feel stupid because she was a great character. I didn't know that was her.
Yeah, that was her. And she was also in the Blade Runner sequel.
Is she the AI lady?
Yep.
Okay, I'm putting things together.
Yeah, she's been in a ton of stuff. She's great.
Oh, she's in Knives Out.
Right.
I don't
That
really
was like her big movie.
I don't really remember Knives Out. I think I liked it, but I don't really
It was
remember.
okay.
Well, anyway, great to see. And you look, you get everybody from John Wick that you want. Like we said,
Right.
Reddick is there. You get
Winston.
Winston is there. I'm
Hmm.
blanking on the actor's name. Doesn't matter. Clicks all the buttons. It
Ian
really is good.
McShane.
Ian McShane, thank you.
Right.
And look, I love every set piece is cool, and they get better and better as it goes.
Right.
The
Right.
the progression works. It's not like the one in the middle was the best and it never goes. No, no, no. They're
Right.
all it's very rising action, and I think it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
I love and I really appreciated the set design. And they she keeps walking into like these beautiful rooms, and you go, God, too bad about this room. You know?
It's gonna have a whole lot of holes in it.
And I also really, really appreciated this. I said out loud, like, holy shit, that was so clever. During what is a trope of the John Wick and James Bond and all action movies,
Right.
the gearing up scene,
Right.
when she's getting her weapons from the guy,
Hmm.
it is
Yeah.
interrupted in a very fun way.
Right.
And then the fucking grenades.
That was one of the
Oh,
best set of
so
scenes.
fun. So
Yeah.
much fun. And she just closes the door, and then there's a hole in the wall, and the guy is
Yeah.
gone. Boy, that was great. And then
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is talking about the flamethrowers,
Right.
and I had to admit, I loved them.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, and it's like, yeah, I did see one person saying like, oh, maybe it's too much flamethrowers. It's like, no, 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 no.
No.
This
It was
is like
just it was enough.
this is like the flamethrower movie now.
Right.
I can't think of a better one. I mean, sure, I think of The Thing, but it's not cooler than this.
Right. No, 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 no.
And I like that she fights water. She fights fire with water.
Then fire with water, yeah.
It's really cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was really
It
fun.
was fun. I had a lot of fun. I think people, because it's only done kind of medium in the box office for what they've spent on it. But I heard because of contracts, they've made their money back on this movie, even though box office wise, it's not,
Well, it's not a flop either.
No, no, I wouldn't call it a flop, but I think people do have a little bit of girl boss fatigue from previous movies.
Those people
Why
are
some
morons.
people have stayed away from it.
Nope. Stupid. Don't stay away. Ballerina rules.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying in regards to this movie, but I understand. I mean, there's been some really, really shitty movies that they push that trope that just unattainable to keep a movie going. And I think, what was it, the Mad Max Furiosa?
Furiosa.
I think that paid, at the box office for the same reason. Because I liked Furiosa as well.
I have to admit, I haven't seen it.
Mm.
I'm also not the world's biggest Mad Max fan. I
I
grew
get
up.
it.
I think. I mean, Thunderdome is the most fun one, right?
Right, right.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen them all. I think they're cool, but I loved them when I was a kid, right? But that's
Yeah.
not one that I like. The love didn't carry over. And
No, I liked them, but
I didn't
I mean,
love
I'm not
Fury
gonna
Road.
say no.
I think
Well,
it's a fun movie, but I didn't
I
love it.
honestly think Furiosa was a better movie than Fury Road.
I need to see it. It's not like
You do.
It's not like one of those where I was like, I'm not seeing that. It was
I
just
mean,
like I
it's
just didn't
out
get
there
to see
on
it.
streaming for
Yeah.
free, I think, so you'll be fine.
I will see it. I'm not like against it, just so we're clear.
Right.
But no, Ballerina. I'm giving it on Letterboxd. I gave it a 4. I think it's a 4. It's a 4.5.
I think
something
that's
like that.
it's a solid.
It's a
Four out
solid
of
four.
five.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's a
just
solid four out of
it
five.
delivers, it delivers, it delivers. And yeah, it's just great. I didn't notice because you do have that feeling like, am I going to have the Wick fatigue? Like
Right,
how much action is am I going to just be numb and whatever? But like it's been a little while since John Wick 4,
right,
and I do love action movies, but I don't watch a ton of them, especially nothing like modern and like I didn't see Mission Impossible. I don't have this action fatigue. So for me this was like a delightful action
right.
treat, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
But I would say go see Mission Impossible, the last one, too.
Which now would you say Ballerina or which so if someone had to choose Mission Impossible or Ballerina?
It's honestly really hard because I've always loved the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
So on with this being the possibility of the last Mission Impossible, I mean literally we're talking 4.0, 4.1 difference, in my opinion.
Like a point one difference, you're saying?
By a point 0.1 difference.
Okay.
I mean,
Interesting.
so it's
Okay.
almost flip a coin.
Sure.
If you're more into the straight just action movie, then I would go see Mission Impossible. If you really love the John Wick, go see Ballerina. I
Sure.
mean, it's simple as that.
Okay.
And I mean, there's plenty to be easy on the eyes on both of them. I mean,
Sure. I mean,
let's
yeah,
be
Tom
honest.
Cruise is in it. I mean, we get it. All right. Well, I mean, we could go longer on Ballerina, but I just don't feel the need because it's a thumbs up for me, dog. I
Yeah.
don't know what you want from me. I'm telling everyone to go see it. Go see it. It was an awful lot
Yes.
of fun.
Yeah.
So,
And
highly recommend.
I think that's what we're missing in a lot of movies. Fun. Just a movie to go have fun with. It doesn't have to have some big storyline. I mean, we pretty much know from beginning to end what that movie's going to give us. We'll have some thrills, some maybe twist along the way, but we know it's going to be a fun movie throughout. You
Yeah.
know, give me
Yeah,
that. Give me more of those popcorn movies that don't have to be $400 or $500 million movies.
for sure. Yeah, no, thumbs up. I liked it. I think people should see it. I don't have anything else.
No, I'm pretty much like I said, we got coming up the big movie push. You know,
We'll have
uh,
a ton to talk about.
yeah, we will have a ton to talk about. 5-year anniversary next month.
Yep,
Uh, got all sorts of shit going on.
absolutely. Well, again,
So,
jump in the Discord. Tell us if you like John Wick. Tell us
yep,
what we should be watching. Uh, Follow us wherever. Bluesky, Twitter, whatever. I don't know.
right. We're on all of it.
Yeah, Instagram, baby.
Yep,
But really, just come into the Discord and say hi.
yeah,
Leave a comment on YouTube. Give us a
right,
like and
right.
subscribe. Woo. All right. That's it for me.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, you bastards. That's how I always sign off on the show, so that's not weird.
Right. Have a good night, you filthy animals.